the biggest stage in world football. Through grueling group stage clashes, tense knockout rounds, and a completely breathless final, the ultimate measure of a team's vulnerability is really just how often that net ripples. Just one. That is the staggering, literally unprecedented defensive record of Spain at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. A single goal conceded across the entire tournament. That's a statistic that doesn't just win championships, it completely redefines them.
And the national media in Spain? They recognized immediately that this was about way more than just lifting a trophy. El País noted that this was an epical shift. In a modern era that's so often defined by superstars and, let's be honest, social media divas, this Spanish squad forged a triumph built entirely on collective intelligence, hard work, and just unshakable team values. It was a massive cultural reset for a nation that desperately needed one.
Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're deconstructing exactly how Spain abandoned the ghosts of their recent past to forge a lethally perfect tactical machine. We'll dive into the shift in their philosophy, the key personnel who really acted as the engine of their success, and the relentless cinematic journey they took to conquer the world in 2026. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The end of tiki-taka and adding the spark.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the heavy historical baggage they carried into North America. We all remember the Spanish national team being haunted by the sterile, high-possession failures of 2018 and 2022. The contrast in their philosophy is just stark. Back in 2022, Spain suffocated the ball with an astonishing 76.3% possession, only to suffer a massively frustrating early exit. Fast forward to 2026, and their possession dropped down to the 61 to 65% range. The outcome? World champions. By actually sacrificing that raw, empty possession, they gained far more defensive security and, crucially, a much deadlier attacking product.
The absolute architect of this evolution was head coach Luis de la Fuente. He realized that keeping the ball just for the sake of it was a trap. So he instilled a transition-first mentality. Verticality completely replaced patience. The second Spain won the ball back, they didn't just slowly recycle it backward or sideways anymore. No, they launched immediate, rapid attacks to exploit the space before the opposition could even set their defensive block.
But to execute that lightning-fast verticality, you need a very specific type of weapon. 30. That's the number of successful dribbles completed by 19-year-old sensation Lamine Yamal. That's literally the most of any player in the entire tournament. Yamal provided this explosive, vertical spark on the wings that the old tiki-taka system was just sorely lacking. He terrified fullbacks and completely broke open games.
Section 2. Rodri, the engine and the rest defense.
You see, you absolutely cannot unleash your wingers to attack with such ferocity unless you have a rock-solid foundation behind them. And for Spain, that foundation was veteran midfielder Rodri. He was the undisputed engine orchestrating a vital tactical concept called rest defense. It sounds super complex, but it's simply how you position the players who aren't directly attacking so you can instantly win the ball back if you lose it. Rodri anchored this flawlessly. Because of where he positioned himself, Spain could safely commit 5 guys into the final third without any fear whatsoever of being destroyed on the counterattack.
So, the crucial point here is 648. That is the record-breaking number of passes Rodri completed in this tournament. Breaking his own previous record, by the way, he was the absolute metronome. Thanks to his relentless tempo setting, the entire Spanish team achieved a staggering 93% passing accuracy. He was literally the platform underneath every single attack. Section 3. The Knockout Gauntlet, testing the system.
With the system humming perfectly, Spain entered the knockout stages. This is where theory meets reality. And what followed was a fast-paced, ruthless run to the final that proved de la Fuente's tactical shift was an absolute masterstroke. It kicked off in Los Angeles. Playing in front of a massive crowd of 69,000 fans at SoFi Stadium, Spain faced Austria in the round of 32. And this wasn't a tentative start, it was a total statement. A ruthless 3-0 demolition where their vertical speed completely overwhelmed the Austrians. The machine was fully operational.
But the real magic? That was in their squad depth and late-game execution. The timing of these crucial knockout goals tells you everything. You've got Oyarzabal sealing the game in the 89th minute against Austria, Mikel Merino coming off the bench to score a 90-plus 1-minute winner against Portugal, and then, incredibly, Merino scoring just 1 minute and 56 seconds after being subbed on against Belgium. This system wasn't just relying on the starting 11.
The substitutes understood their roles perfectly and executed them with lethal precision under immense pressure. And while the attackers were grabbing all the headlines, the defense was quietly putting up numbers that are almost hard to comprehend. Heading into the climax of the tournament, they were on a joint record 37 matches unbeaten. Goalkeeper Unai Simon racked up a record 7 clean sheets, and incredibly, across the whole tournament, they allowed only 11 attempts on target. 11, that's it. The system was completely, utterly invulnerable.
Okay, let's dive into this, because eventually, every great system faces a test that threatens to break it. And waiting for Spain in the final were the reigning champions, a true team of destiny. Could this newly built, perfectly balanced Spanish machine actually hold its ground against the sheer willpower and genius of Lionel Messi's Argentina?
Section 4. The Final. A Clash of Titans.
The stage was set at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And guys, this wasn't just a football match. It was the ultimate tactical chess match. On one side, Spain's relentless control and newfound verticality. On the other, Lionel Scaloni's powerhouse mentality, designed to press, disrupt, and just feed off the magic of their captain. For 90 grueling, breathless minutes, the tension was just unbearable. Spain totally dominated the game from start to finish, dictating the tempo, carving out chances, but time and time again, they hit a brick wall named Emiliano Martinez. The Argentine goalkeeper made a string of absolutely incredible saves, thwarting La Raja and dragging the deadlock deep into extra time.
And then, in the 106th minute, the dam finally broke. The verticality, the wide play, the precise execution, it all converged in one epic moment. Nico Williams rose up at the far post to nod down a brilliant cross from Pedro Porro. And waiting right there was Ferran Torres, who didn't hesitate for a single second, bearing a first-time shot straight into the roof of the net. 1-0. A goal born of pure tactical design, executed flawlessly when lungs were burning and legs were heavy.
When that final whistle blew, the emotions just poured out. Writing in La Vanguardia, Jordi Basté captured the cinematic weight of the moment so perfectly. He wrote, "Persistence and purity somehow managed to cut through the whole ridiculous, vulgar circus. It was a massive victory for a collective identity, a testament to a team that trusted in their evolution, weathered the ultimate storm, and emerged as the rightful historic champions of the world."
By having the courage to actually abandon the sterile tactics of their past, Spain built a seemingly perfect future. They found the ultimate balance between total control and lethal directness. Which leaves us with one massive question as we look ahead. Who on earth is going to be able to step up and challenge this unstoppable machine when the World Cup returns in 2030? Thank you for joining me for this explainer. Until next time, keep analyzing the beautiful game.